Hi, this is Lexan. Today, I just want to share a little bit of knowledge, and this is for those people or students na kagaya kong hindi pa rin malalim yung knowledge about customs or CMTA. According to CMTA, all vessels and aircrafts ay kailangang mag-land or mag-dock doon lang sa intended port of entry or intended destination lang. And also, bawal din nilang dalhin yung mga imported materials or imported goods sa ibang port of entry maliban doon sa intended destination. It is also indicate in the section 1429 of CMTA that the owner or operator of a vessel, aircraft, or train shall be liable for a fine for the following acts. A. For anchoring at any dock, pier, wharf, quay, or bulkhead other than a port of entry, a fine of not less than 500,000 pesos but not more than 1 billion pesos for overseas vessels. So kapag kayong aircraft or vessel is nag-land or nag-dock sa ibang port other than its intended port of entry, meron yung offense or merong fines. And also, it is a violation kapag ang important goods or materials is napunta sa ibang port of entry other than its intended destination. And yung tawag sa violation na yon is diversion. Diversion shall refer to a violation of customs law committed when an imported material entered through the warehousing scheme and destined for transit to a particular customs banded warehouse, free zone locator, or enterprise is brought to some place other than its intended destination. So, diversion is also a form of illegal importation or unlawful importation. And when diversion happens, the imported material or imported goods will be subject to seizure and forfeiture. In section 1113 of CMTA, property that shall be subject to seizure and forfeiture include any part of the cargo, stores, or supplies of a vessel or aircraft arriving from a foreign port which is unloaded before arrival at the vessel's or aircraft's port of destination and without authority from a customs officer, but such cargo, ship, or aircraft stores and supplies shall not be forfeited if such unloading was due to accident, stress of weather, or other necessity, and is subsequently approved by the district collector. In this section, it states that any part of the cargo, stores, or supplies unloaded before arrival at the intended port of destination without authority is subject to forfeiture. However, it provides an explicit exception. So as we can see in this section, there are rules, exception, and requirement for exception. Imported goods must be brought to and unloaded at the port of destination is specified in the manifest, and the goods shall be not forfeited if the unloading or diversion was due to accident, stress of weather, or other necessity. So kapag yung goods or yung imported materials ay napunta siya sa ibang port of entry other than its intended destination, that goods will subject to seizure and forfeiture, and it will be exempted to be forfeited if the unloading or diversion is due to accident, stress of weather, or other necessity. And of course, kailangan approved by the district collector to avoid legal penalties. What is seizure and forfeiture? To seize is to take possession of a property for a violation of law. So, when goods are seized, the importer still retains ownership over the goods. Forfeiture, to forfeit, is to lose ownership of the goods by virtue of a legal proceeding. So, when the goods are forfeited, the importer loses ownership and the government, through the Bureau of Customs, acquires the ownership thereof. The seizure of any cargo, stores, or supplies may be done when these following conditions are present. So, yan yung limang conditions, and once na na-present na yan, tapos na yung seizure ng cargo, it will going to or it will subject to forfeiture. So, sino siya yung liable dito? Yung liable dito is yung customs banded warehouse operator or the designated accountable officer. And the operator is responsible for the storage and security of the goods. If goods are diverted from the intended customs banded warehouse or illegally introduced into the domestic market, the operator faces surcharges, suspension, or revocation of their license. So these are the penalties to the any person who fraudulently import materials or goods it indicates in Section 1401 of CMTA, unlawful importation or exportation. So yun lang. Thank you.